Alright, we've got a few upgrades I want to roll out today. The first being that the falling derrick isn't long enough. So I bought another one of these, which is a coupler between, two 2-inch poles. Now, these are quite expensive. So I bought 10 of these for £50. And what I was going to do is drill like 12 holes, 10mm bolts through. It's a 3mm wall thickness, and use that as a coupler. I just don't know. I don't know if I want that strength. I don't know. It would be just as strong as the Yaesu thrust bearing, thinking about it, but I think I probably won't. By the time I've filled this up with like 24 bolts, although that was only £5, right, I'll spend another £10 or $15 on nice 10mm nuts. Anyway, we might have a go at doing that one day, right? So we've got a coupler, and this is to extend the falling derrick. All right, so 13mm, which I don't know what is, it's about ½ inch in American money. Then where the tower drops over, I've bought a little mini T, and we'll put a little scaffold pole here and a little scaffold pole across the top. We'll take the antenna off one of the 4 squares where the thing comes over, so that it will rest down on top. So we need to make that up as well and get some bits of metal and bits of old scaffolding pole. That doesn't fit. Who's after me now? Looks good, yes indeed. Then while I was buying this, there was no extra cost to buy this. So this, it was an experiment. It was about, $5, £4 or something. It's a little hinge, mini hinge. So because I want to put up a little mini tower periodically, for maybe with a 10-meter dedicated beam, if Jonathan and I want to run a contest, or one of the other guys, I thought we'd test that out as a little mini hinge. Now it's only a little pin going through, about just over 1/4 of an inch. But what I noticed, that even if that failed, it would sit in a cup, if you know what I mean, while we worked out how the hell we were going to take the whole thing down. So there's that and that. Then, and unfortunately I haven't got long enough rope for me, but I've been promising you a look at this that I had on order. So here it is. It's not marine, okay, but it is 8-way. Ooh, 8-way, nice big hooks on it, but there's not enough rope. But my cheap rope will actually fit through there. I think you would agree that's a relatively decent size for what I'm doing. I don't like the way they've done this. I will probably come down and do something else with that. I mean, it's just a little plastic block holding it there, but you can do tricks. You can, well, get that out. Just move this camera. I've just realised this camera's in the wrong place. Hang on. To get more pull, what you can do is you can bring that down all the way back down to here, or maybe there, so you can get another pulley, so you could get 9 to 1. I don't know if we'd do that, but I could get a tiny little shackle through here and connect that one all the way back up to here, just as an idea. But anyway, we've got more pull than we had before, and it's a little bit more substantial. I think it's, a couple of tons or something, so that's good. But the first thing we need to do is drop down the tower as it is at the moment, after fitting the extension on the falling derrick. So the first thing I need to do is go outside, get the angle grinder, fit the falling derrick, fit this, fit an extension, and see where the hell we're going. All right, so I put the T on. I found a short bar because you've probably seen before if you've watched this. The antenna just comes over, or the mast comes over, and it'll just give it something to rest on. And I found a little bit of scrap metal. But I've also found another piece of scrap, which is here, and it's freezing cold. And we'll put that over here and get the falling derrick out. and see how much of this we need. We might need all of it. Hopefully we do, and then don't have to cut it. I've just popped it in there, look. That is going to be redundant. We have to get rid of that anyway. So let me get a workhorse so we can lay the other end on it. I mean, don't get me wrong, it's a lovely day. It's about 2 or 3 degrees above freezing point. Although in this field it's probably literally 0, as you can see. So, you know, it's not melting at all. Because this field's in darkness most of the time with all these trees behind me. Hey, you'll see the sun trying to poke through, you know. I mean, it's very lovely, but I happen to know it's going to rain like Billy-O. Oh, hell, I don't think it's long enough. Oh, do you know what? It'll do. It's within an inch. So we'll add it to this end. What sort of hobby is this anyway? One hand, 2 hands, how many hands? My hands are so cold. I'm going to have to try and find my gloves because this is ridiculous. I mean, I can't operate like this. Lovely as it might seem for the video and everything, I'm starting to lose my fingers, and ideally I actually like to get the mast down. So although I won't use the gloves when I drop the mast, I'll use them to stay warm. So we're going to have a good old route around for them. Oh, Tom taught me from the warmth, and take your, if you don't need your clothes on, you take them off. Otherwise, your body will sweat and then not sweat and all that things. Right, I have found some gloves. Thermalite by 3M. I do have some that have little rubber dimples on them, but I don't know what I've done with them. So, what have I got to do? Ideally, I need the right length scaffold pole. This is about 3 inches too short, but it'll be a hell of a lot better than what we've got. All right, so I'll warm up and let's get back out. Oh my goodness. It's a lot easier with gloves, I can tell you. We are recording, aren't we? Yeah. We did about 10 minutes early and you never saw what I did. Like it matters, but anyway. I should have made it this long all along, but it was a mistake in my calculations. So if you do this, make your falling derrick the same length as from the mast to the guy point. Right, don't need these for a bit. I really wanted that bit there to be straight up, but there isn't any bending force on this thing. Just want to catch it no more really. So you'll see here, look, ideally this needs to be a tiny bit longer, but you know, I'll do that when it's warmer one day. Right now I can't be bothered, so I need something a little bit lower than this thing to prop it up. I might use a chair, thinking about it. I mean, the ideal thing is I've got one of those little aluminium steps, which is about, oh, I don't know, it's about 1.5 foot, 45 centimetres off the ground. That would be perfect for this actually. Okay, all right, well it's a wee bit lower. Take that off now. Actually, that is not bad, look. So all I need to do is put a rope on that shackle down to, I will actually use 2 ropes, down to these. And interesting enough, if you think about it, that is roughly the right angle, so we won't have any dilly-dallying about. You'll see what I mean. Trouble is, when it was this length down to about here, you would have, as it went down, you'd have completely different tensions on these 3 lines. So actually that's worked out very well. But what I do need is new lines between here and the other guy point, look over there. And I have brought some rope out with me, and I do have some rope knocking around, but I'll tell you what I haven't done is brought out anything to cut it. Brought out anything to cut it with. I did, I have had some soft cheese and biscuits to put some energy in me, but we'll go and get a knife and some cutters and stuff. Look at that colour. Isn't this colour lovely? Don't you think? Just lovely. It's such a shame that when I put the blooming tower up, the camera hasn't got the horizon. I like, you know, colours and stuff. It'd be nice when you're streaming, you know, and you turn the rotator around for people to see, you know, what you can see or where the rotator's pointing. Somebody said you should put flags in the field, like USA, New Zealand, so when I'm turning round, people can see where it's pointing to, you know. Right, I'll shut up, I'll go and do my jobs, get some cutters, and head back out to the field. Right, I've been in, warmed up. I keep the falling Derrick lines here, clipped onto this fence, but I only actually want the carabiners, so hang on. I've got the camera slightly in a precarious position here, but I don't have a cameraman, so there we are. I just want these. Oh, that's gold. Left pocket, just remember that. Right, I'm going to try and use the original lengths. So I'll come back to you in a moment. Is that okay over the top? Yeah, because I'll be disconnecting that, putting it there. Alright. I want to go the other way around. It sounds crazy, but my OCD tells me that I put the adjustable knot that end. I have no idea where the camera's pointing, I'm not looking, it just, the lens looks roughly in the right place. It's one of these ones, the lens rotates, you know. Right, we got enough. I'm going to put a little butterfly knot just there, one over the middle, round. It's called an alpine butterfly. I like it because it's good fun to tie and it works. I've actually tied it too close to the carabiner so I can I could move it up a bit. Sometimes I think, do I make these mistakes because I'm filming, or would I just make them anyway? Do you know? Right, I want it there. Lovely. And I can tighten this one, this side up a bit actually. So it's just off centre and no more. Do I want it like that? I do, otherwise it'll fall off the blooming chair actually. So the falling derrick is, of course, is its own little mini mast itself. You know, as that comes up. I didn't want that. Okay, so then we transfer the weight from here to here, get rid of the chair, put the pulley on, and Bob's your uncle. The question is, do I have it in me today? The weather's only going to get worse. I think we should give it a go. Blimey, you've got to really concentrate. So I have the falling derrick with this line attached to that shackle up there. That's what's holding the mast up. However, I've got another line here, which I think, I don't know where that goes, but I'm going to cut that line and hopefully nothing's going to fall over. So that's holding that up. Mast should. It is. There we are. I can move the whole thing now with that. Just the weight of that is holding it. So quickly, let's get this prototype stuff out of the way. We'll put a backup line in place. The camera died a long time ago. You've been on charge the last hour, so I just used, you know, soundtrack. I just used the drone. So I hooked everything up. I made one mistake in that I haven't got enough paracord in that pulley system, and I didn't want to order any more because we're changing it. And so the last minute I thought, oh wait a minute, I need to add a length of rope before the pulley starts taking effect. But the length of rope I added was too long, and I felt I was losing control of it because instead of going through a pulley, it's just manhandling it. So in pulling it back towards me, I lost it, and I nearly lost the tower. Anyway, I just grabbed everything I could, knowing that if it was actually going fast, I'd just have to let go because I didn't want to burn my hands, you know. So, which is actually why I wasn't wearing these. Anyway, I caught it, pulled it all the way back, shortened the dummy rope, if you know what I mean, and that's fine. And it came over with the positive tension of the big 16mm shock cord, endlessly trying to pull it over, lifted the falling derrick up, and over she went. And once I'd sort of worked out what the hell I was doing, I had the paracord in the wrong place, and of course I've still got the pulley wanting to spin, which of course will be a kind of a redundant factor once this is properly clocked top and bottom with no dummy rope to help us along. So okay, I got in. All I've got to do is a few adjustments to the Yagi. I can't remember what I need to do. Well, I need to straighten it because it's on the piss, as you know. Apply the new pulley block and replace the ropes that come to the falling derrick because they were too short, and I had all sorts of stuff. So I've got some issues I just need to deal with, which we'll do over the next couple of weeks or so, and then get the Yagi back up. So you're going to find me on 40 metres a little bit longer before I finally defect to 20 metres. All right, so that's it for today. Bit of fun, bit of drama, to be honest. And enjoy your radio, and I'll see you next time. Bye for now.